I'm Jeff Vogel for Vero Buzz TV at the scene of a devastating fire in South Vero Beach, and with me is Jeff Zachary. You are the secretary or a member of the board of directors with?
Critter Haven. We're a nonprofit for exotic abused animals. We have a good humane society that takes in domestics. We have the Bush Wildlife Sanctuary that'll take in native Florida species. But exotic animals fall through the cracks, and Gary has the permits here, and we house them till they die at their last home.
What happened recently?
We had a fire. His residence burnt down, but his residence housed so many parts of the sanctuary. It was so far determined to be electrical fire in the attic, but it took the whole house within a matter of an hour.
Let's go ahead and walk down. And what kind of animals are here?
We have a wide range of reptiles. There are ratites, ostrich type family. We have llamas. We have fish. We have all kind of birds, exotic birds. People will take a bird in and not realize that that macaw may live 50 years and outlive them, so they come and drop them off here, and we house them for the rest of their lives.
It looks like, the dwelling is a total, it appears to be a total loss.
Well, actually, some of the animals are housed in areas behind this, and they were unharmed. We did have 2 small parrots that were lost in the fire. They were here in the house because of medical treatments. They were quite elderly as it was, but other than that, everybody was unharmed.
And you were telling me this is not a free-ranging sanctuary of any kind. There are animals that are actually in cages and were near the house.
Correct. Some animals are free or roaming free, and just depends on what continent they're from that we can put them together, and if they're nice to other animals, if we can keep them in the same paddock.
How many animals are normally here?
We have about 200.
Wow. And the variety of those again?
From reptiles to mammals to small primates to fish, tortoises. We have a 75-year-old tortoise. And, they run the gamut of anything exotic that can't be called domestic.
How long has Critter Haven been in existence?
Gary and his wife started it about 12 to 13 years ago. They started taking in small animals. It got out of hand. People heard that he would take care of any animals that were unwanted, so people started bringing them here, and he kept expanding and getting, of course, the proper permits.
Let's go ahead and walk up a little bit. I just want to walk around the front here to what would have been the front of the house, and it still is the front of the house, but there's not much of the house left. And you said that there were two birds that were in the house?
Gary will bring animals up to the house and keep them here if they need medical supervision or medicine on a certain time interval. So he holds them close and takes care of them, and they were in the house.
Gary's last name?
Brady. Gary Brady.
And you were saying he had heard word of the fire going on, and he himself actually, that was a bad day for him in a lot of ways, right?
Yes, I think he was out having dinner, so he didn't really have anything with him except what he was wearing at the time, and lost everything else.
Yeah. Let's go walk up a little bit farther, because people probably want to get a close look at what happened here. But you said the animals are around the back. Can we walk around the house to get them?
It's a long haul.
That's okay. We're in it for the long haul. And so you're a volunteer?
Yes, I've been helping them out, especially with a lot of media. We've had a lot of people that want to come to the sanctuary, but being that we're not a zoo and a sanctuary, it's just not possible. And to make that compliant would take a lot of money that we use to feed the animals. So we make small videos and put on our Critter Haven Vero Beach Facebook page, and you can go and see the animals in their habitat, and we have about 10 to 15 different videos that you can watch.
We're going through a little bit of mud here, but that's okay. How many people do volunteer with Critter Haven?
There's a staff here we have different specialized people, one for fish, one for birds. So there's probably 4 or 5 different people that help out on a regular basis. You
were telling me that the fire cut off electricity to where some of the animals are housed?
Electricity and water.
Okay, so how have you dealt with that?
We're in the process of dealing and rerouting electricity and water from around the house to the sanctuary.
Well, when we pulled up, you asked if we were the plumbers, so you must be expecting someone.
It's a construction type job, so it's nothing that could be done, very quickly.
How many acres are involved with Critter Haven?
10.
And some of the animals are back way farther, and what animals would be farther back?
We have a very large paddock in the back for hoof stock, and that's llamas, they're goats and things. They all get along well, so we put them in one big paddock, and we have a lake there so they can water themselves and cool off, and that's in the very back.
So people that would like to get a better close-up look of these animals, they could go online and see some of the videos, right?
Critter Haven, Vero Beach, on our Facebook page.
We're talking with Joey, who is the general manager at Critter Haven. Big fire the other night. Were you here while it was happening?
I got here after the fire had started, and the fire crew had gone in and started to put it out.
Any indication at this point what the cause of the fire was?
No, we still don't know yet. Waiting to hear back from what the investigators say.
It must have been a big blaze, because that place, I mean, that house is just totally gone.
Yeah, it was pretty devastating, but yeah, the fire was a big one, and it brought everything down. So,
do you have any idea how the animals were reacting at the time?
I made it here afterwards, but actually, all the animals in the sanctuary, they were a little stressed out, but they calmed down well, and we've been good down here.
Let me ask you a question, because I mean, you're doing a great job here, but you need more. You need more of everything, I would think.
Yep, absolutely. We did lose a lot of our supplies that we kept up at the house, so we need definitely monetary funding. We have a GoFundMe account under Critter Haven. We need food, towels, tools.
Let's go ahead and walk over to the next little housing facility that you've got here. Who lives in this one?
We have 2 brown-tailed lemurs that live here.
They have names?
Darla and Buckwheat. It's
Cool.
a male and female pair.
And where would they be hiding in there right now? Can you find them?
Probably up in the corner here. Hey, Buckwheat. There's a lot of people past couple days.
Nita, what can you tell me about them?
I can tell you they're very cute, but this little guy is very territorial, so we keep our fingers out of the cage.
I'm not going near it, what people forget sometimes is that most animals, especially animals that are haven't been bred to be domestic animals, they are very territorial, and they are wild animals.
Exactly. This is another example of pets that didn't work out because they're not supposed to be pets.
Are they legal in the U.S. to have as pets?
We have a special permit to house them.
Well, you do, yes.
Yes, but
I mean, the average person.
No, the average person.
So how would they have gotten them?
Well, the illegal market for exotic animals is huge, so it's not as hard as some people would think.
What's involved for you taking care of them?
Taking care of them is a mixture of putting together a diet and really keeping them entertained. They're related to the primates, so they're very smart and they get bored easily. So we have things like this wooden toy here that we can fill with all sorts of enrichments and things to keep them busy and going.
They came right over when you called them. They know you pretty good.
Oh yeah, I bring them their food, so they're good friends of mine.
Yeah. And where do they go from here, or is this going to be their permanent home?
Critter Haven is a last stop for all of its animals.
Uh-huh.
Once we get them, they have a home for life.
Right. What else can you show us that's nearby here?
Nearby here.
Yeah, or are we at the end of the trail right now?
I can take you to our free flight where we
Okay,
keep all of our large exotic birds.
Let's go over there. This is a really nice looking pond to our right here. Is that just for decoration, or does it serve a purpose?
It does serve a purpose. Several of our paddocks in the back are open to the pond and a drinking source for a few of them.
Well, I mean, the bridge to the little gazebo there is inviting.
Yeah, so that's a little more decorative than effective, but.
What is this facility here?
This is our free flight. This is where we take all of our large exotic birds and we bring them out here, and they have an open environment where they can fly.
Right.
Not everyone can fly, so they walk around and mingle with other birds.
And they tend to get along okay? Does you have problems with them when they don't get along?
Well, we have a long process to introducing a new bird into the free flight. You'll see this African gray in a cage right now is in the middle of that process to ensure that once they're in here, everyone does get along.
Right.
And we don't have any fights or any.
What's your educational background?
On site.
On site.
On-site experience.
Have you thought about pursuing any kind of degree or furthering college, or is that not what you're into?
Well, before this, I hadn't, and then being out here, it's come up.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, school is tough work, and
Oh, it is, but leaving here has just been something I haven't been able to do yet. So.
well, you could combine the two in some way, couldn't you?
Probably, yeah, absolutely. But right now, all of my time and efforts are out here. So.
Well, I'm talking about your future. You're concentrated on these animals' future. So the future here at Critter Haven, what needs to happen in the next few months?
Well, we need to rebuild. First is electricity and water. We need to get running water and electricity back down here. And from there, we need to start rebuilding our supplies and then, continue growing as we were.
Right. Jeff Zachary, who was talking to us earlier as one of the board members, he was saying you go through a lot of dog food.
We do. We go through a lot of dog food. You'd be surprised how many animals in diet includes dog food, which will include emus, pigs, and then our wolf hybrids also.
He was saying it made a good base, like kind of, flour and water is a good base for all kinds of things.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got a lot of protein and a lot of good stuff, so a lot of people eat it.
How many days a week are you out here?
I'm out here 6 days a week.
Yeah. Some days are longer than others. Do you ever have any animals that are sick, require veterinary care?
Absolutely, all the time.
Yeah.
And we deal a lot with the Florida Vet League, but we have several vets that specialize in certain animals, and we take them wherever they need to get the best care.
There can't be that many vets that know how to deal with the special animals that you have.
That's why we take a lot of time and concern in finding vets ahead of time and who specializes in what, and taking the appropriate animal to the appropriate vets.
What are your favorite animals?
Oh, you can't pick favorites,
No.
but I do love the wolf hybrids.
Yeah, Jeff was saying that you've got wolves out here.
Well, wolf hybrids.
Okay, what is that, a wolf hybrid?
It's somewhere between a wolf and a dog.
Okay.
And people like to make them pets, but they're a little more than most people can handle. Right. So.
When we got here, Jeff said you were out in the back 40, which I think he meant as an expression, but you were out somewhere out in one of the fields?
Yes. Actually, our back 40 is where we keep all of our large animals in the paddocks.
And what have you got out there?
Out there, that's where we keep our wolf hybrids. We also have goats, llamas, a few pigs, a mule.
Wow. Okay. Well, you're probably not looking for more animals. But they just come your way when the circumstance. How do animals end up here?
Well, from a lot of ways. Sometimes they're confiscated, and then we make a home from out here. A lot of times people hear about us and they call us and see if we can take their animals for them.
I imagine the sheriff's office has your phone number?
Yes, we've been contacted several times to take in animals and sometimes to go retrieve them.
Yeah. People out there that want to get involved. Now, Jeff was saying, you want to look at the animals, go to the videos, and the videos are where?
On our Facebook page at Critter Haven, Vero Beach.
Okay. And people that would like to help out in other ways, do you need more volunteers out here on site, or does the board of directors need more help?
Well, mostly volunteers and donations are our primary resources that we need out here.
And right now, probably the donations is at the top of the list, right?
Absolutely. We have a lot of rebuilding and resupplying to do.
Do you ever take any small groups, like youth groups, out on tours of any kind?
No, we're not into that. Like I said, we're a sanctuary out here, so we're not open to the public.
Right.
So we don't bring a lot of people out.
Yeah.
We keep this running and maintained for the animals, not for people. So.
The campaign you've got going on right now, how can people donate to that?
Well, we have a GoFundMe page also for Critter Haven. So if you can go there, it's a nice, easy way to donate and help us out.
And again, how would people find that?
It's at GoFundMe.com and then search Critter Haven.
Okay, great. I thank you very much for giving us the tour, and please let us know if we can be of further help to you, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right. For Vero Buzz TV, I'm Jeff Vogel, and we've been out here at Critter Haven, the sanctuary for animals abused, abandoned, a lot of them exotic, and we'll keep track of this story and let you know how it's coming out and what the progress here is. And if you get anything more happening, would you please let us know also?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you for watching.